Our next inventor for today is 18-year-old Trishit, who has come up with a solution to get rid of the most uninvited guest in your house. No, I'm not talking about a Chote Chacha ji. You'll know once you see his idea.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, awesome. How are you feeling right now?
Absolutely terrified.
Okay.
Oh my God.
There's no need
It's
to
because
be.
you just saw their faces.
No, it's just the camera and everything.
Okay. Look, Trishit, you've got nothing to be terrified of. Please be totally relaxed. The stage is yours. Please tell us a little bit about your invention and why you're here.
So a couple of years ago, I moved to a new apartment. I had a nice little room with an attached balcony. Now the balcony had a great view, but it also had a lot of pigeons.
Okay.
And these birds are a menace. So intuitively, I started looking for solutions on how, I could maybe fix this or prevent this from happening. And most of the solutions that I found, like bird nets, spikes, etc., all of them do not completely work. I have been working with a lot of technology. I used embedded microcontrollers with PIR sensors to try and detect pigeons before they would come into your balcony. I tried using ultrasonic sound to deter them away. It did not work. I used predatory noises. It did not work. I used, gunshot noises. I used decoys, scarecrows, in this case, scare pigeons.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
And yeah, they didn't work. I have been looking at the pigeon behavior since about a year now. And I realized that pigeons don't directly come into your balcony. They will always perch on your handrail first. And what's interesting about this is that if they're not comfortable, if they don't perch on your handrail, they will not move into your balcony unless they have an incentive to. So I thought that maybe, let's try and keep the pigeons from just roosting on your handrail itself. This is a very, very simple solution, but it's a little tricky. So I have two hooks that I've designed and 3D printed. And what they do is they hold a nylon wire that is in a loop around those two hooks. So essentially, it's basically two wires, but they're connected. And the wires are 5 centimeters apart. So because of the pigeon's foot size, it can't press down both the wires. It can only press down one wire. And when it tries to sit by pressing one wire down, since the wires are looped, the other wire comes into tension and it's uncomfortable for it to sit.
Wow.
It's a very, very simple solution. It is extremely low cost. I'm hoping to take this prototype from wherever I am right now and preferably produce a commercial product that I can put in a box.
That's amazing. So we have a Jugadu mentality in India. What if people are like, this is so simple, it's 2 hooks and 2 wires. Send someone to the hardware store to get it and just install it.
Okay, I thought about that first also. So one thing was, obviously I was worried about people just directly tying, I can just take up a cotton string and tie. But the thing is, not any normal kind of cotton string, etc. will work because it loosens up over a period of time. Another thing is, it has to be installed with tension throughout.
While your solution is brilliant, why would people switch to this as opposed to a net that also keeps out crows and everything else?
I'm very, very glad you brought that up. So the net, as I said, has a set of own problems. Firstly, you can't install a net everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And even if I go to install a net, I have to install hooks on the entire frame.
Right.
The net itself is not as cheap as you might think. Another thing with nets is when you install a net in your open balcony, your balcony is not open anymore.
That's true.
This is a concern that a lot of people have. That's the reason they don't install nets.
I have to say something. I don't know if the pigeons are obsessed with you or if you're obsessed with pigeons.
Or both.
It's really interesting to think about how much mind space they've taken of yours. Have you thought of building this idea beyond the balcony?
Actually, in a lot of spaces, especially indoor corridors, there are these ledges on top, on the sides that you'll see where you'll find a lot of birds, especially pigeons. You're just going and sitting there. Now, not all of these spaces can be netted. And what happens is with this wire solution, a simple wire that is suspended a little bit above the floor, you can basically pigeon-proof all these kind of areas in such a way that the solution is not even visible. And the best part about the solution is it does not harm birds.
You've clearly invested a lot of time, money, effort, and cognitive bandwidth and lots of scientific experiments and engineering into this pigeon problem.
I have.
It seems like you don't really need the support and the creative geniuses in the lab phase to work on a problem like this.
No, I have been stuck on this project for a year. This wire thing, this using one string has just come about, I think, last month. But there are a few modifications that are still yet to be made. And what I want to do is I want to create a product that that a user can just simply remove from the box and put it over there on his balcony without any hassle.
Thanks so much, Trishit. It's been a pleasure interacting with
thank
you.
you.
Thank
I
you.
think
Thank you
we're
very
gonna
much.
deliver
Well
it
done.
on
That's a
the
good
back
one. And
end.
keep your passions rolling.
Well done.
Yes, well done.
Ja. That's all I could think of. But you know, I totally understand this problem because I'm scared of pigeons.
Yeah.
And the only thing I was sitting and thinking was, I was like, "Arey, मुझे मेरे जैसा बंदा कैसे मिल गया?" जिसको pigeon से actually problem है. But Gunjan and Rohit have already come up with a graphic novel for this. Gunjan's going to make a graphic novel on you, your arch nemesis, the pigeon. And it's going to be called Gutter Goo. I love this one. So while you guys do Gutter Goo, we will go backstage and we'll think of, we'll go to the viewing gallery.
Good
so
job,
much.
Trishit. Thank you so much.